Hello everyone and welcome back to GTA Online with Longclaw, Valerian Steel, where we always deliver. Well, all this week I am based here at my hangar, and every week I try to put myself somewhere else in the game for the whole week, and I've got my submarine set up on the lake and I'm running my heist operations from here. Every day after 3 PM I play with my followers and subscribers and help them to run the heist. Sometimes I'm running my own heist and they're joining me, but lately I've been helping them with their own heist, and these are newer players to the game who have just bought the subs and they want to make sure that they get off the island if they're struggling. And I quite often see little things that are happening during people's heists, and I realise that not everybody approaches this in the same way, and that's usually down to knowledge and skills that you haven't picked up yet. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity to give a quick review of the heist up to this point, and also share what I've learned and how I do things after a month or so into the Cayo Perico update. So let's take a look at it together and see how we get on. So we're about 5 weeks or so into the Cayo Perico update, and I've pretty much held with the same approach since I started doing it. I started as a solo player and then started bringing other people into the heist with me, because one of the key factors is this heist is designed for more than one player. Although it's solo friendly, it's not what it was created about. So if you want to take more money and earn a bigger cut, you're going to need a few players to make sure that you get the gold and the things in the secondary target rooms. And there's also some sense to prioritizing exactly what you take out of the compound, because you might want to avoid getting lower value things such as art or cash if you've got 3 or 4 bundles of gold. One of the things I've learned about playing the heist with multiple players is, aside from make sure you go in via the drainage tunnel, is a key. Rule number 1, go in via the drainage tunnel. If you haven't scoped it out yet, check out the videos on my channel. I've uploaded a few recently on how to scope it out and how to find it really easily, and I've made it as easy as possible. Parachute off the tower towards the boat on the sea in front of the compound, and you've then scoped the drainage tunnel out forevermore. You never need to do it again. One of the other things I've learned is take more people with you than you think you need, because 9 times out of 10, and I mean that's not an exaggeration, 9 times out of 10 I'll start with 4 and end up with 3 or even 2, because the GTA servers are just a mess and you end up losing players halfway through. And the last thing you want is to have 5 bundles of gold and only 1 person or 2 players that can't take all of that with you. So take 4 players, even if you think, well, I might only need 3, because if one lags out, you've got at least 3 bags you can fill up. And there is a sense to trying to share some of the cut, because I've done the maths, right? You can easily earn more with 4 players and 4 full bags inside the compound than you can as a solo player. Yes, it works as a solo heist and you can do that, and some heists seem a bit more solo friendly. If you have artwork in the office and the pink diamond, it might be worth just bossing it yourself, but most of the time I think people recognise the value of bringing in other players. You can do it on hard mode. That's another rule I've learned, is that you don't really need to wait for the cooldown. If you're pretty good at hacking and you can handle the extra hack, you're going to die once in a while anyway. Throw yourself into the sea and restart the heist from the checkpoint, which is always at the start of the once you swum in, so your checkpoint is there inside the compound, so no big deal. The next checkpoint is getting out of the gate, so before you get out the gate, that's where your danger zone is. You're going to be in between the checkpoint where you enter the compound, and you've got all of that work that you've done in the middle, which is getting into the safe, taking out guards, collecting key cards, gate keys, all that kind of stuff, and not to mention the targets themselves. And then if you die or you alert the guards and start to lose players, there is this danger that you get into sort of repetitive mode. So that's one of the things that, you know, can be a bit of a pain about it. But working out exactly where the point is where you should restart and where it's not worth restarting, I think, is another skill that players are starting to learn. When it comes to exiting the island, I don't think there's a better way to do it other than to just jump in the sea. And I think I've seen other players using boats and other things, and running around the island and maybe trying to take out El Rubio's helicopter and that kind of stuff. But unless you're very, very good players, you're not going to get off the island with everything you take out of the compound. And yes, there are other targets that you can go for, but I wouldn't bother. So let me know what you think about it up to this point. Take care, stay safe, I'll see you soon.